Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Hub City Drones. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out the video. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, welcome and thanks for stopping by. Remember, hit that subscribe and that notify button for me so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Today I got a good one. We're going to check out my newest mini drone, and this is literally a mini drone. It's Potensic A20W Firefly. 720p camera, as VR mode as well, so you can slap them goggles on your eyeballs, chase your wife, your kids, your dog around the house. It's a ton of fun to do. The price, not bad either. $46.99 right now on Amazon, but there's a $10 off clickable coupon. Don't know how long it'll be there for, but it's there right now. $36.99 plus tax. You're still getting this dude for just under 40 bucks, or right around 40 bucks anyway. Great little drone. We're going to unbox it. We'll check out everything we'll get with it. Then we'll set it all up. It's not hard to do. It's really simple to set this thing up. Then we're going to put it up in my drone arena, my wife's living room, and we're going to see how much havoc we can cause out there and see how good this thing flies. So I'm ready. Let's go get started. All right, here we go. We are going to unbox the Potensic A20W Firefly. This is the box it comes in. You can see here on the front, it does show the 3 different colors it comes in. You have orange, blue, and black. Ours is checked orange, so there better be an orange drone in this box. Something makes me think, though, you guys, I did see a yellow one on Amazon as well. Don't quote me on it, I'm not sure, but I believe I did. It may not be the same lineup as the Firefly, but it was by Potensic, so I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that some more. On this side here, you have, as you can see, yes, you can fly this little dude in VR mode. It's absolutely a blast to do. What it is, the Apple has a split screen, so you can put your phone into the VR goggles and you can fly it around. It's like you're sitting in the cockpit of this drone. It is so cool. Major learning curve if you've never done it, so it will take some practice to get used to it, but it's super cool to do, especially in your house. I love sitting in my recliner and flying it through the house and into each room and back out, and trying to just kind of map out my house with it. It's really cool to do and not very hard once you get used to it. Over here on the other side, it has all your features, your QR codes for your app. It is the Potensic app, and we'll get into that in the next chapter. I'll show you guys everything the app does, how to set it all up, all that good stuff. But for now, we're going to open it up and see what we got. So it looks like we have one foam padding. You could probably use this as a landing pad. That'd be cool. Right on the top, there we go. The owner's manual, your operation guide for the A20W. This is not a manual. This is a novel or a Bible. Look how big that thing is. Oh, that's huge. But what, 130? 144-page manual. Boy, you're going to have to study this thing here big time. I'm kidding, you guys. It's in a bunch of different languages. But I'm not kidding about read your manual. Even though this isn't some high-tech drone, make sure you know what the drone can and can't do, how everything works on it, how to calibrate it, pair in the controller to the drone. It'll tell you how to connect it to the Wi-Fi. I'm going to tell all of you that here in this video as well, but just make sure you read the manual. Don't be a drone dummy and put this thing up in the air before you know what it can and can't do. So, what's that? Oh, so it looks like we have a yellow calibration strip. I'm starting to see these more and more now in the manuals. So this must be something new they're adding to it. This one just tells you how to pair the controller to the drone, and then here how to calibrate the gyros. So that's pretty cool. Something new, I guess, some of these companies are adding to their manuals. That's like the 3rd or 4th one I've seen now. So pretty neat stuff. One more layer of foam padding. There he is. Look at this little thing. Oh my God, he's so small. Look at that. Boy, he is super tiny. I like the orange. I wasn't sure if I was going to like that color orange, but I actually do it. It's pretty cool looking. So on the top, it says Potensic, of course. And then down here, it says Navigator 2. So this little dude actually has 3 names to it. A20W, Firefly, and Navigator 2. I'm going to call it the Firefly because it sounds really cool. So right off the bat here, I can tell you I love the way that the training wheels are built right onto the drone, your propeller guards. This really helps this will make your motors last a lot longer. When you crash into something, these motors are going to keep wanting to spin and it's going to tear them gears up in there. They are not brushless motors. So I like the fact that this is built right into it. Plus, if you're flying it around the house, you hit the wall or you crash it into your wife's $500 fancy vase or vase, it won't break it. And you probably won't break your drone either. So pretty cool feature to it. This is the bottom of it. So we've got a little breather vent here. It's probably to help the circuit board in here breathe a little bit. But so back here we have our on and off button. And we have our LED light right there. Right here is your battery compartment door. And there's a little notch here. I know you probably can't see it, but you just take your finger or your nail, pop it open. Ta-da! Oh, and look at there. It opens up, and you can see right here they already have a battery in it, and it's already plugged in. Wow, and ready to go. Oh, this does come with 3 batteries. So when you open it all up and you only see 2 batteries, don't freak. Go to your battery compartment. That's where the 3rd battery will be. A lot of drone companies will do this. It's just to minimize the packaging and shipping size of the box. So don't freak out if you order a drone. It's supposed to have a couple batteries and you're only seeing 1 or 2. Check the battery compartment first before you start freaking out. It's probably in there. So we'll close this up. You just push it up. Click that little button up, that little tab you pulled it open with, just push it up. It locks it right in there, nice and secure. On the front is your camera. Now it is a 720p camera, so you're not going to get the greatest of videos. It won't be 4K or 1080p, but you're really not using this little dude to record video with or take pictures. It's really just something fun to practice on. Your maneuvering and your FPV flying. I love sitting in the recliner and just flying it around the house, chasing the dog and the wife around and going in and out of each room and all that stuff. It's really cool to do. So this little dude weighs a whopping 25.8 grams. That is actually only 0.91 ounces, so he barely weighs an ounce. That's pretty cool. Now, I don't know if that is with or without the battery in it, but that's the specs they give you on it. The range on this little dude's not very far. It's 10 to 15 meters or right around 49 feet for the max distance. Your FPV is the same range, but that's pretty good for indoors. You're not going to be in a 50-foot bedroom to fly it around. And if you are, it would still be able to fly around in there. So it's pretty cool. Great for starting out and learning. It doesn't get it too far away from you. Now, I like to fly my minis indoors. It's just fun to do. You can absolutely fly this little dude outside. I would not do it if there's a lot of wind, though. I probably wouldn't recommend doing it if there's any wind. The slightest bit of breeze or wind really tends to affect the flight of these little mini drones. So that is pretty cool. That's our drone. Let's get into some other stuff here and see what we got in here. I like the way it's packaged. It's packaged really well. So you got your little drone stand here. So you can just put it on your shelf just like that. Keep everything secure. Little carrying case. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. That would be weird. All right, so let's open it up here and see what we've got inside. Oh, put that here so it doesn't get in our way. All right, so let's see. What do we got in this big side? Let's do that first. Oh, it's our controller. All right. Oh, that's really cool. So the controller, it actually has a cheat sheet attached to it, as you can call it. Tells you what all the buttons do. Really cool. It's a really simple laid out controller. I'm going to take this off so you guys can see it, but that's pretty much the controller. It does take 4 AA batteries, and I just happen to have 4 AA batteries right here. So we're going to go ahead and put them in now while we have it open. And you just pop them in. Helps if you do it the right way, though. Come on. Ready? All right, maybe we got to go this way with it. There we go. Whoo! Boy, they're really in there. It's a tight fit. All right, so we'll do that one that way. This one this way. I think we got it. And that's where they go, right in the back, and then you just slide your cover back on. It's real simple to do. And it locks on pretty good. It got a pretty decent weight to it with the batteries in it, and it fits in the hand really good. So you have your power button on the top. There you go. Press it on, press it off. On the top of it here, we have your video button, so you can push this to start recording. This one, you can push it, it'll take your picture. Over here, this top button in the top up here is your headless mode. Yes, this drone actually has headless mode. Pretty cool. The other button here, this is your auto takeoff, and then your auto land button. This button also acts as your emergency stop button. So if you're flying that drone and you're on a beeline to the wife, hit this button, the motors will shut off and the drone will explode in the air. I'm kidding. It will fall to the ground. It does shut all the motors off right away. So make sure you only use this button if you absolutely have to. You have your joystick. Oh, they feel really good. I like these joysticks. These are the joysticks. They're really kind of, they're real firm. They're not loose or flimsy. I like that. So that's really cool. You know, the normal setup, your left side is for your up and down, your turn left, turn right, your forward, backwards, and then your all left and all right. Now, this button here is also your trim button. And what you're going to do, once you have the drone in the air, if the drone's drifting, let's say to the left like that, it's just kind of drifting over, you can correct that. And you just push this joystick in like that. Push it down in. Take this joystick and you just tap it in the opposite direction the drone is drifting. Don't hold it over because you'll overcorrect it that way. I prefer to tap it. I think it works a lot better that way. So just tap it. And then as the drone's drifting and you're tapping, it will slow the drifting down, and then eventually it should stop. You're not going to get a perfect altitude hold out of it or a non-drift because it's not GPS, but that'll work. Then this also has another function on the right joystick. Push it in once, you're in speed 2. 2 times, speed 3. 1 more time brings you back to speed 1. So it is a 3-speed, which is really cool because you can go up in the levels of the speed as you get more comfortable with it. So that's pretty cool. Another really cool feature I found out about this drone is that when the battery of the drone gets low, or the battery in your controller gets low, the controller will beep to let you know that. Also, if the drone is flying and it's going past that 49-foot mark, the controller will beep to let you know the drone is almost out of range. Turn it around and get that dude back, or he's going to fly away. No, he won't. I don't think he'll break the barrier, but we'll find out. We're going to test it when we put it up in the air and see what happens when we push it to the distant limit. Cool. All right, let's see what else we got in here. We got to get to our goodies. Cannot not have the goodies. I'm going to close this up, guys. Get it a little more room here. So here we go. So right off the bat, in our little baggie is our 3.7 volt 180 MHA specially designed LiPo mini drone engines or batteries. So you do get 3, as I said before. 1 is in the compartment of the drone. So you get 3 of them. You will have to use the USB cables that come with it, the charging cables. They do have those little special connectors on the end, so it's not just a Type-C charging cable. But I'm sure there's going to be at least 1 in there, and we'll check that out in a second. So these batteries, you will get, I believe it's 5 to 6 minutes per battery. They're tiny batteries. Again, the drone's tiny anyway, so you couldn't get much bigger than that. So 5 to 6 is about an average time for a mini drone. And the fact that you get 3 of them, so you're getting anywhere from 15 to 18 minutes or so-ish, right around in there. So not bad. Get them all charged up and you get close to 20 minutes of flight time out of it. They're not hard to replace, so you're not going to have a whole lot of downtime. The only downtime you're going to have is charging them. It does take 40 minutes per battery to charge these batteries up. So they will take you almost, not quite an hour, but close. You're about 40 minutes. And that's probably on a completely drained battery. So you might get lucky and it'll only take maybe 30, 35 minutes, depending on You know, if you run the battery completely out of juice, then you're probably looking at 40 minutes to charge them things up. So let's see here. Our next baggie of goodies. So it looks like in here we have, I'm just going to dump it all. Ooh, dump it all out. One handy dandy drone propeller removal tool. Oh, there's a screw. I lost my screw. I got a screw loose. All right, so I'm not sure what that screw is for. The screw is for the, duh. That's for my battery compartment. So since it fell out right there, we'll go ahead and screw it in. That's my bad. I forgot I took the screw out so I could show you guys where the batteries go and put them into the controller. But there you go. So it's a handy dandy propeller removal and controller battery removal tool. Blooper. You get 4 spare blades. Propellers. Very cool. Now on these propellers, remember guys, there is an A and a B on the front. And then on the back, it's opposite. It's an A and a B here. When you if you have to change your propellers for whatever reason, these will have an A and a B on them too. They have a marking on them, says A or B. And what's really cool I saw on this one is right down here, it has an A and a B with an arrow pointing to what propeller is what. So very cool. You just got to make sure that you put the A propeller on the A arm and the B on the B arm, or the drone's not going to fly, and if it does, it's not going to be pretty if you can get it up in the air. So you just need to make sure that they go on the right arm. Not hard to do. To change them on this particular drone, you just pop the screwdriver in here like so. I think. Maybe not. Okay, so it looks like these just pop off. So there are no screws on them. So you would just work them up, pop them off, and then these right here, whew, that one just flew away. And then just pop it right back on. So it just slides onto the little axle of the motor. So basically, this is not a propeller removal tool. This is actually a controller battery removal tool. So I don't see any other screws. There are a couple here, so you could use it to make sure the screws are tightened on the drone, which is always a good idea to do. There's a couple right here, and vibration, that can cause them to come loose. I'm only seeing the 2 there, but it's a good idea to tighten them every now and then. More so on the bigger drones than the little ones. Here we go. We get, is that all we got? Yep. We got 1 USB charging cable for all 3 batteries. So you're going to have, it's going to take you a while to charge all 3 batteries. Potensic's not the only one that does this. Most drone companies, for whatever reason, only send you 1 charging cable. If you have 3 batteries, they send you 2 sometimes, but normally I find they just send you 1. And that's just kind of a bummer because it takes you even longer to charge all the batteries up. It's not like you can charge 1 up while you're flying the drone and it'll be ready to go. So you're looking at what, 100 and, what is it? 4 times 3 is 12. So what, 120 minutes to charge all 3 up. Still not bad. So 2 hours, they'll all be charged up and ready to go. And there will be a green and red light on here that will blink, and they'll go off when the batteries are charged. Next is, what is that? This is our FPV screen holder, or your cell phone holder. So that's the cell phone holder. Very simple. It just slides into this slot on the top of the controller like so. It's in there. Opens up. Now I use a Samsung Note 20 Ultra, and it does fit in here pretty damn good. I do have to take it out of my OtterBox case, but it does fit in here with no problem whatsoever. So pretty cool design. The way it sits, it will be angled anyway, so it gives you that angled look for flying it. So very cool. That's everything we get with it, you guys. I'm going to clean this up. Let's set this little dude up and get it in the air. I'm really excited to see how it flies. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get this little dude set up. I cannot wait to get him in the air and see what he can do. This is really cool. Super easy to do. This won't take long at all. First thing we have to do is we have to pair the controller to the drone. Super simple to do. Turn your drone on. There he is. When we unboxed it earlier, I mentioned something about using this foam pad as a landing pad for the drone. I was joking, but look at this. The damn thing actually works pretty good. All right, so now we're going to turn the controller on. And then you're just going to take this left joystick and hold it down until the drone beeps twice really quick, or the controller beeps twice really quick. Boom, we're paired. Now we have to calibrate the gyros, and that's super easy to do as well. Just take your right joystick and pull it down to the right in the 4 to 5-ish o'clock position until these lights blink really quick, and then you're calibrated. Here we go. They're blinking, we're calibrated. All right, we're good to go. Now the drone is emitting a Wi-Fi signal. So we need to connect the Wi-Fi signal to our phone. It's not internet, you guys, it's Wi-Fi. So you do not need an internet connection to fly these drones. You just need a device that can connect to a Wi-Fi signal. I've said it before, if you have an old phone laying around that has no cellular service to it, make it your drone phone. As long as it can connect to a Wi-Fi signal, you're good to go. So go to wherever your Wi-Fi settings are on your phone or your tablet. Open them up. Come on. All right, and you'll wait for it to refresh, and then you should see the Wi-Fi signal for the drone. You can see right there, ours just popped up, UDIRC, whatever that means, Wi-Fi, and then a bunch of numbers. Go ahead and tap on it. It will connect to it. Now, the first time you do this, you may get a pop-up telling you you're connected with no internet, and it'll ask if you want to keep the Wi-Fi connection or switch to cellular data. Keep the Wi-Fi connection because that's what we want. And don't worry if it says no internet connection because that's not what we want. We don't need an internet connection. Now we're connected. So go ahead, and if you haven't already done it, you should have. But if you haven't, it's the Potensic app is what you need to download. And it's free on Google Play or the Apple Store. There's a picture of it on the screen so you can see what it looks like. It's literally just Potensic. Download the app. Now we're going to open our app. Voila. We'll start at the bottom, work our way up, then we'll get into the app. I'll show you some features on the app. It's not real complicated. It's a pretty simple laid out application. There's a couple things I want to show you that really impressed me about the app that you don't normally see on mini drones like these. So down at the bottom here is your guide or contact us. And if you open that, it gives you their website, their Facebook page, and a whole slew of support email addresses. So you're bound to get an answer one way or another, even if you have to email all of them. And Potensic's pretty good customer service. So they usually get back to you rather quickly. That's one of the good features about this brand of drone. They not only make a good quality drone, but their customer service is right up there too. We'll go out. Your help button. This really impressed me here on this app because this is almost a half the size of the physical manual they have put into the app. So it's just a guide that tells you most of the important things, what some of the things on the app do, how to do them, how to calibrate it, how the gyro or the headless mode works, the trace to fly, or they call it the custom route plan. It's just really cool. It's loaded with information that really impressed me. You normally don't see these. It's usually just one page that shows you the app screen layout and tells you what everything does. But not only does that tell you that, it tells you a whole bunch of other shit as well. So very cool. So we'll go here. Next is your media. This is where your pictures and your videos from the drone are going to be stored. There is no SD card on this little drone. The SD card would probably be bigger than the drone anyway. I'm joking, but aha. When you open this, don't freak out and think it didn't save your pictures or your videos. They're in here. You have to tap on this My Gallery button here in the middle, and voila, they pop up. There they are. You have your pictures. Over here, you'll have your videos. Over here, we'll let you delete whatever you want to delete. Hit the home button. It'll take you back to the gallery. Hit it again. It takes you back to the home page. Now we're going to enter the app. Ta-da! Now you saw that little screen that was up there first. If your drone is not, if the Wi-Fi is not connected to your phone, that pop-up will stay there. When you open it, it'll pop up. It'll go away if you're connected. If it stays there and doesn't go away, turn everything off and start all over again. That's the only way you can fix it. And I haven't had that problem yet, so you probably won't have the problem. But if you do, that's how you fix it. Just turn everything off, pair the controller to the drone again, and reconnect it to the Wi-Fi signal, and you're pretty much good to go. All right, we'll start at the top and go across. You have your home button that brings you out. Here's your VR mode, and you can see it splits the screen, so you can put some VR goggles on. Woo! And you can fly the drone in VR mode, which is super cool to do. Next is your emergency stop, or no, it's not. Next is your custom route plan, as they call it, or as I call it, your trace to fly. And all you do here is you tap on this button here. Your left controller will show up on the screen, as you can see it here, and you can go up or down with it to raise and lower the drone, but you cannot go left or right or forward or backwards with it. Where the controller is missing and that little hand is there, just draw yourself a pattern, any pattern you want, and you'll see the drone. It's going to follow that pattern in the air, but be careful because it's a big area that it goes to. So I would start really small and get a gauge of where the drone's going to go in the room you're flying it, or if you're out back in your yard, make sure you're not going to hit the house, a tree, or it's going to go over the wall and you're going to lose it or whatever else. I would just start out really small on my patterns and work my way up till I was comfortable with where it's going to go. Anyway, tap that, get out of there. Your emergency stop. Be careful when you press this button, you guys, because when you do, the drone is absolutely going to explode and you're going to lose it. And they will not replace it. So you're up a creek without a paddle. No, I'm kidding. All four motors will absolutely shut off completely and the drone will fall out of the sky. So heed where you're at and only use that button if you absolutely need to use it. This one over here is a pretty cool one too. This is actually your Wi-Fi signal. FPV signal, your transmission signal, really. This just tells you how well the signal is from the drone to your phone, sending the FPV transmission, so the picture quality. So as those bars go down, your picture may get a little choppier, or you're going to realize you're just about out of the FPV range, and you're going to end up getting a black screen or a frozen screen. So really cool feature to have there. Next is the settings button. This is where you can reset your trim settings for whatever reason. If you're not happy with them, you can reset them and start all over again. I've never had to use this feature before. So then here you notice it says transmission quality 480p. Let me get that out of here. This is just what the drone is sending to your phone. When you record it and go to your album to look at your pictures and your videos, they will be in 720p. Remember, it's only a 720p camera, so it's not 1080p. It's not going to be the greatest videos. And don't be alarmed when you see the quality of it on the screen here, because it will look a little bit better on the recorded video and the pictures. All the way over to the left, this little button here is your controllers. If you tap this, it opens up your controllers so you can control the drone on the app instead of the controller. Really cool. I've not seen this before on a mini drone, and big shout out to Potensic for incorporating the two of them. Normally, that trace to fly and those other features do not work if you have the controller on when you go to do them. You have to turn the controller off and strictly use the app. But you can see here, my controller's on. I'm going to unlock the motors, and I'm not going to touch it. I won't turn it off. And then I'm going to unlock them on the app. Really cool. That is so awesome. Shuts them off. Really cool, because you can have your phone in here and you can do the features on the app without having to turn the controller off and syncing the drone to the app and all. I love that feature. Also, when your controllers are open, you'll see you can change your speed from high to low. And then you have your auto takeoff and your auto land buttons are also here. If your controller is off, those buttons go away. It'd be cool if they stayed there, but I'm not sure why, but they do go away. This other button on here with the cell phone and the arrows. Oh, I did hit it. All right. Hold on. That is your gravity control. When you tilt your phone, you'll see that controller is moving. When you tilt your phone, and you notice that only the right one is moving. So you can only go forward and backwards and left and right with it. And the drone will follow the way you tilt your phone. You just can't ascend and descend or turn it left or turn it right. So back out of here, to get them off, you just tap it again. It gets rid of them. Then you have your video button. Tap that. It will start recording a video. Hit stop. It stops. Do that. That takes a picture. That's your camera button. Then all the way down at the bottom, this was a feature that really blew my mind on this app for a mini drone. You normally don't see this unless it's a bigger GPS drone. This actually will tell you how many meters high the drone is. Really cool. I'll lift the drone up and you can see it. It will start to change. So very cool. And you can see it's stuck at 1.7 meters, but I'm guessing it is sensing how far off the ground it is on my table. Just super cool. You don't see that. So not that you'll use it often, but if you're going up high, you'll realize you're almost at that 49-foot mark where the drone's going to go out of range. So if you're flying it indoors, you don't have to worry about it unless you have a huge house with 50-foot ceilings in it, which I doubt, but you may. Down here, there's another little support email address. It's support@potensic.com. You can do another really cool feature is the battery level of the drone is down here in percentages with the bars. So you'll know when the battery's getting low. The controller will beep, the light on the drone will flash, and you'll know that the battery's getting low. But you can also see just how much battery you have left. So you don't freak out when you hear the beep and land it right away. You can probably get a couple more minutes out of it just by watching the gauge down here at the bottom on your battery percentage. That's the drone, guys. We are set up. We went over the app. We're going to go get this little dude in the air because I cannot wait to see how good he flies. Let's go test fly him. Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to test fly the A20W from Potensic, the Firefly. I'm going to go ahead and launch it, and we're going to check out all the stuff on the controller. Then I'll land it and swap the batteries real quick, and we'll check out the app and see how all that works out real quick. So since we don't have a whole lot of battery time, I won't be able to do them all on one battery. So I'm going to unlock the motors, or you know what, let's go ahead and hit the one key takeoff button and see how that works. Here we go. Nice. Got a little bit of a drift, not much though. That's really cool. So he needs to be trimmed a little bit. Not bad though. That's not bad at all. So let's see. We'll go ahead and get him trimmed out. And you can see there, I'm not holding the controller, and you got plenty of time. So there's nothing intimidating about it. I like it. It's really cool. It's super quiet. I'll bring him a little closer to me. Maybe you can hear the motors, but even up next to me, you can barely hear them. Really cool. You could definitely fly this around in the morning when everyone in the house is sleeping and you would not wake them up. Super cool. So I think it defaults to speed 2 when you start it up. So we're going to get it to speed 1 here, and then I'll show you the different speeds. Yeah, so there's 3. All right, so now we're in speed 1. So I will show you the speeds. So here we go. Speed 1. Hi. Nice slow speed, not bad at all. So on speed 1, once you get used to it too, you could fly it on speed 2, but speed 1 you can see here. Very easy to fly around the house. So nice comfortable speed to practice in. And when you get used to it and get better at it, you can pick up the speeds and zoom them all around like a racetrack in here. So we'll go speed 2. Wow, I'm really impressed with how quiet this thing is. There's speed 2. And you can see when I let go of the controller, I'll bring it back so you can see it better, but he will keep going, but he'll level off. So make sure you give yourself enough room if you're going towards something to stop soon enough so he doesn't hit it. Do speed 3. Here we go, speed 3. Here we go, dude. And you can see the controller to the drone response is immediate. There is no delay, no lag, whatever you want to call it in it. It's really cool. This thing makes a hell of a noise when it's cutting through the wind. You can hear the motors working. Really cool. So I'm going to hit record and I'll get a little bit of video up here on the lower left so you guys can see the video quality. Remember again, it's only 720p, so you're really using it just for the FPV, but you can see the screen on the lower right is what you would use and what you would see to fly it around. I'm not sure I'm a fan of how low that camera is pointed down. It would have been nicer to have it pointing up a little bit more, but still not bad. So we'll hit record, and I'll pop a little bit of this up on there for you so you can see it, but it's a little better quality than the FPV view is. You can see there. So you got to go pretty high to get any higher shots, but you can see everything's still pretty clear, so not bad. So very cool. He took off really well. And you can see I hardly had to trim him at all. That's impressive in itself that I hardly had to trim him. And you can see here, if you look at the screen record of the app, I'll go up and down here real quick with him, and you can see how that height measurement works. You can see it change in there. We're 2 meters off the ground. That's really impressive for a mini drone. So now we're beeping. You can see the light on the drone is blinking, and the controller is beeping, and the phone is vibrating. So you got all kinds of warnings letting you know this battery is going low. So we're gonna get him over here. I'll hit the 1 key land. We'll land him, and then I'm gonna swap the batteries, and we're gonna fly him, hopefully fly him with the app. I'm not a fan of the app stuff, so we'll see how it does, but yeah, battery's going. I don't know if I'm gonna get him over here for the auto land. Let's get him over here. Here we go. Ready? Oh, we missed. Come on. All right, we're gonna land him right there because he doesn't want to fly anymore. I'm gonna attempt to fly him with the controller. I'll get him up in the air. I'll show you how it works a little bit. I'll try the trace to fly. If I wreck him up, then I wreck him. I'm really not great at controlling these things with the app. I just am not a fan of it at all, but I'm gonna do it so I can show you guys how it works. So I'm gonna unlock the motors with the joystick so you can see that, and then I'll hit the 1 key takeoff and we'll shoot him up in the air. So down and in, there they go. 1 key takeoff, and up he goes. Not bad at all. Still really great takeoff with the app. So you can see here, I'm controlling him with the controllers on the app, and I'm actually doing better than I thought I was gonna. I'm not a fan of this. I just have not done it enough to be used to it. But you can see he's drifting a little bit, and you can control the trim on the app too. You just tap these little plus and minus sliders until he corrects himself. And then he'll come back, and you can see there, he'll start to hover and he won't drift as much. So just like that, he's got a lot of wind coming out from under him too. Pretty powerful little motors, and I'm really blown away by how quiet it is. All right, so I'm gonna bring him over here, and I am going to attempt. Now this is gonna look stupid, it's not gonna look great, but I'm gonna just do a little pattern so you guys can see him do it, and that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do a little circle. The thing that scares me with this is the controller goes away, so you have no control over this drone while it's doing it. That's the only thing I don't like. I wish the right controller would pop back up after it was done with the pattern, but it doesn't. All right, so I'm gonna get him back here a little bit closer to me and give me some more room. Try to anyway. And let's see, we'll turn him. Get him over here a little bit. I'm gonna bring him down some too. Okay, right there's pretty good. I'm just gonna do a little tiny circle, guys, so here we go. And you can see there, he did it. Now you have to turn this off, turn your controllers back on, and gain control. And I did it without wrecking him. I am shocked. All right, so our battery is going low. This is my second take trying to do this for you guys, but we did it. So I'm gonna get him over here. I will hit the 1 key land, and we'll land him over here, hopefully. Here we go. Oh, get him over a little bit more. Oh, down he goes, but we landed him. That's the app control, guys. That's pretty much all there is to it. Let's wrap this up, and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on Potensic A20W Firefly Navigator 2 Mini Drone. Woo, that's a lot to say in one breath. Overall, there really wasn't much I didn't like about the drone. I'll go over everything I did like about it. First, impressive how quiet this drone was. I have a bunch of mini drones, and this is probably the quietest one I have. I couldn't believe how quiet it was, but it actually is quite powerful for having brushed motors. That was pretty impressive in itself. It was super easy to fly. Got it up in the air with the app and the controller, and both really didn't need much trim whatsoever, if any at all. The built-on training wheels here, the propeller guards, make it really easy for anyone to fly, kids, adult. You could have zero experience and you could probably learn to fly this mini drone. Hell, I would say within one battery cycle. It really is that easy to fly. The app, everything on the app worked. It was really cool. The FPV view was pretty clear for 720p camera. That was impressive. The only issue I really had with the app was the trace to fly. It worked, but I really wish that right joystick would pop back up on the screen when it was done doing the pattern you drew. Just so you could get control of the drone right away instead of having to turn it off, turn the controller back on, and then trying to take control right away. Not GPS, so it ain't going to have a complete accurate hover. It's going to keep drifting a little bit no matter what. The camera angle, really the only thing I didn't like about the camera angle is I wished it was up a little bit higher so you could see a little better where you were going forward. It's got a great view for 720p. The picture wasn't bad at all. Overall, 5 stars, very impressive. Hats off to Potensic. They really put some thought into this mini drone. They made a quality, affordable mini drone. This little dude's worth the $46.99 they're asking for it, but hey, don't be a drone dummy. There's a $10 off clickable coupon right now, so you can get this little guy for under 40 bucks. I'll put the link to Potensic and Amazon down in my description, so you can click on it, go get you one. You'll have it in a day or two. Hell, go get a couple of them at under 40 bucks. Fly them through the house, have some fun with the wife and the kids. Great mini drone. I was really, honestly impressed with this mini drone. Great job, Potensic. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, subscribe and notify so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Have fun out there. Stay safe. Don't be a drone dummy.